Come closer so y'all can look at all the wrinkles in my face, honey, but do I have any? Thanks to the family. I used to say my family has never given me anything, but that's a lie. That's a lie. They have amazing genetics. Amazing genetics. And you know what else my family has? An amazing sense of humor like none other. Honey, if you're sensitive, stay clear of the clan. Anywho, we're here to talk about Kanye's apology. You guys know for me, one thing I've always said is that apology comes in action. Apology doesn't come in word. I can insult you and make you think that I'm apologizing to you, and it can take you up to 2 years to realize that I insulted you, not apologize to you, okay? And this is why I've always said apology comes in actions, not words. And I said to you guys that I hope if you guys remember a couple months ago, I said he was going to come back, and I said even if he does put out an apology, his action should speak louder than his words. So let's see what's going to happen. But here's my take on Kanye's apology. I believe Kanye's apology is coming from a place of sincerity like none other. And let me explain. I see a few of you guys saying Kanye West knows what he's doing because he has an album coming out and he's going to go on tour. Kanye being an anti-Semite has never stopped his album nor going on tour. As a matter of fact, don't you guys realize that people love to be entertained? Controversy sells, and it keeps him on top. If he starts dragging everyone, his ticket sells out faster, the album sells faster. People don't like when he's at peace, and that's just the truth. But he needs to be at peace for himself and his kids. But I'm going to tell you where I believe Kanye's apology is coming from, right? Because remember, Kanye met with the rabbis. He had already asked for forgiveness. So why would Kanye now need to put out a paid ad with Wall Street Journal? He paid for that page on Wall Street. You know why he did it? For Kim and his kids. And you see, when someone apologizes for people who are near, not just Kim and his kids, but also for Bianca. But I think the two major driving force behind Kanye's apology was Kim and those kids, right? Because I'm going to tell you this, right? Remember that Ye told us that his son Saints was being bullied at school. You know, they attend Cedar Sinai. It's not Cedar Sinai. Cedar Sinai is the hospital. I forgot the name of the school, right? So that school that they attend, North is out of school. You know, he spoke about Saints getting bullied at school. No, you might be asking, but why would he apologize on Kim's behalf? What does this have to do with Kim? Skims. Because Kim has gone into some territories these territories are strongly controlled by the Jewish community, right? Remember that they were pushing Kim to take legal actions against Kanye when Kanye was going off. And I told you guys that Kim is not going to take legal actions against Kanye because Kim knows that it doesn't make any sense to take actions against someone who is sick. You can't take legal actions against someone who is sick and something is happening to them that is out of their control. It literally doesn't make any sense. No, I'm not saying that Kanye's illness excuses his behavior for dragging people. Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying, because the moment that everyone was telling him to get help in something, even though it's still hard, it's really still hard, and legally you really can't take action against them when they're like that. You can't take action against someone who is sick and have no control over their situation, right? But he should have gotten help. So when they were telling Kim to take legal actions and to get full custody and to get rid of Kanye out of his kid's life, I told you guys Kim would never do that. Kim would never do it. She would never do it because A, she understands Kanye's mental health. She got a full crash course of awareness on his mental health. B, she's not going to do anything that hurts her kids or makes them uncomfortable in any shape or form. She knows the kids, say especially Saint and Northwest, loves their father, and she wasn't gonna jeopardize that to please the eyes of the public. Not only that, Kim is also grateful to Kanye West for everything that he has done for her. Kim becoming a billionaire would not be possible without the intervention of Kanye West, something that she has spoken about times and time again. The last time, even in her masterclass, she gave Kanye the nod. So we thought it was just that New Year's Day when she wore the Yeezy boots, she gave him the nod in her masterclass again. So I believe that after Kanye West went to that treatment, that rehab facility, well, I really don't want to call that facility a rehab facility. I don't know why, but when he went to that facility in Mallorca, Spain, and I said to you guys, that's not rehab. Kanye needs to see a doctor, get on meds, and ensure that he has a protocol in place and someone to ensure that he doesn't fall out of line. You guys remember that. So we started, like, maybe a couple months after that, I started seeing the changes after he basically created that betrayal list. It is after that betrayal list that Kanye started changing. So it seems as though when he put out that betrayal list, they were able to get to him, and talk to him about finally getting on medication. So when he got on the medication, I believe that he started to realizing that, okay, the things that he had done and said was wrong. If you guys remember Kim's, when Kim was in the most recent series of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, when she was asked about Kanye, she said, we haven't heard from him in a long time. She never said the kids. She has never excluded herself out of Kanye's life. And I told you guys also, just around that time, I said, I'm learning that you guys owe me an apology. You guys owe me an apology, and I remember it. So I remember it was in the summer. I said to you guys that Kim and Bianca, they are working on a divine intervention to encourage Kanye West to get help. You guys remember when I said that? And you guys said Kim and Bianca would never work together. And I said that's not Kim and Bianca working together. They're coming together for a common goal, a common purpose. And that was to help Kanye West. Because a truck, I don't know where that truck is coming from with that speed on this road. But anywho, as I was saying, Kim and Bianca, they were coming together to achieve a common goal. And if they achieve that common goal, both of them will benefit from it, and it will make both of their lives easier. And it has now came to pass that exactly as I said, that is what happened. So Bianca has an easier life now that Kanye is on his medication. Kim Kardashian has an easier life as well because the kids have their father. He's there. He's getting involved in the kids' life, and they are co-parenting peacefully once again, which hasn't happened in a long time. So what I'm saying is that Kanye's apology is not just about Kanye. wanting to say to the world, Kanye is wrong. Kanye's apology is also about So Kanye's apology is also about his kids. His apology is also about Kim. So basically, he doesn't want Kim's business to suffer because of his actions, because even though they are not together, they they will never be separated. They will always be joined together by way of the four kids that they have together. So they will never ever be separated. So I believe that Ye's apology. Okay, guys, so there's a truck in the neighborhood making a ton of noise. I don't know if I'll be able to get most of that background noise out. If not, my apologies. And it's extremely distracting. But as I was saying, Kanye's apology is not just about Kanye alone. Kanye's apology is about making things right for Kim and making things right for the kids. And as such, and it's why I believe that his apology is coming from a very sincere place. I believe that he means it, but as I've said before, and I'll say it again, for me, apology comes in actions and not just words. So let's see what Mr. West does going forward. And I hope that he definitely has a protocol in place so that if he's going off the tracks, someone can actually help him get him back on that steady path. Now, Mr. West, it's time for you to lead the people down God's path. It is time for you to open church once again. We need it all. We need a Sunday service. We need Sunday service. We need the gospel album. We need it all. So we're here and we're waiting on it all. But it's really good to see that apology. And for him to put it out like that, definitely he's onto something. But I can't wait to see the direction that he takes going forward. It was a rough journey, but at least I think the guy is trying and taking accountability for his actions. That's the most important thing. But that's all I have to share in this video with you guys. Leave your comment below. Let me know what's your 2 cents on the matter. Peace.